Hey guys, Tuesday, April 9th. I have finished your house, at least within the capacity that I can. So I wanted to go over just real quick each room and talk about some of the things that I've done in each room, maybe things that aren't as obvious, maybe point out some positives and negatives. So anyway, let's start here. This is the first room that I painted. We had a full color change from blue to this modern gray color. I also did the trim to white and replaced a number of light switches. The light switch cover plates, socket cover plates, and whatnot. A couple of interesting things here. I did notice on this one, I was cleaning off the switch itself, and it revealed a recessed A-H&H logo, which doesn't really mean anything to me, but I thought it was kind of cool. So anyway, we've got this room here. Potentially the television may not be hooked back up correctly. I don't know if I did that right. I'm usually pretty good with those things, but it's not mine. I didn't turn it on. Let's see what else is going on here. The other thing, I guess, is up here. We did talk about touching things up with the ceiling white. I did go ahead and kind of do that in a number of spots already as I was going along. So there is some variation in the ceiling white, but it's better than having it be gray or pink or beige or in this case blue. So over here in the dining room, this is the second room that I painted. It basically got the same treatment as the living room did. A complete color change. It used to be yellowish, and now it's the same modern gray color. And I did the baseboard radiators. I replaced a lot of the light sockets. I did the windows and the crown molding. I did move that china cabinet away from the corner there, and there is an anchor that holds it up top. I had to undo that. Other than that, the wall behind it's in good shape, so if that's going with the house, then I guess no worries. But if you're moving, you're taking it with you, let me know and I will patch. There's one little hole, maybe you can see the bracket up there, that I need to touch up. So anyway, a lot of work on this wall in particular. More light electrical socket cover plates that I replaced. And then over here on this door, up here on this little piece of wood, there was a lot of damage, I would assume, from that thing kind of hopping track. So I cleaned that up the best I could. Over top of it, there was a lot of plaster damage, or somebody had tried to fix something at some point. Very, very lumpy, and now not so much, which is great. So the next room that I worked on was the kitchen here. In the kitchen, I did two things really only. I did all the trim, so the door here, the baseboard radiator, the baseboard trim around the doors, the crown molding with those funky little corner things. These windows, this window here, and this window here. And I replaced a lot of the switches. So in particular, that blank one up there, it had what looked like a big socket, two-pronged socket. It wasn't attached to anything, so when I went to go replace it, the cover, or the socket itself came with the cover, and the wires behind it are taped off. I didn't tape them. That's just the way they were. I didn't touch it. I just put a new cover over it. So in this little hallway here, this was the next spot. We had a full color change in here. We went for the modern gray, so it kind of ties into the dining room and the living room over there. And breaks up this three color change from yellow to, or from red to yellow to blue, like it used to be. And now it's got more of that neutral modern gray, and I think it tones down the bright color change, and it does tie it into the front room there. I think it looks a lot better. There's a number of places where, it wasn't quite covering with yellow all the way before. One of these places was right here. You can kind of see a little crescent. I guess I could have done a little bit better job with the filler there, but it was unpainted previously. Now it's painted. And I think it makes a big difference in, as I said, the color transition from one room to the next. Another switch plate replaced. I painted this door here inside and out. I didn't paint all the doors inside and out, just kind of the ones that, I had to paint the room with. So this one, the bedroom door, the bathroom door I painted. I didn't paint the one going down to the basement on the inside. Alright, so here in the bathroom I did two things. The first thing was this little radiator that kind of goes around the back of the room here. I got 2 coats, and then over here we have the tiles of doom. They were chipping quite badly. A lot of paint flaking because somebody at some point decided that they wanted to paint their tiles. So I tried 3 different types of paint. This last one has the perfect shine, and it's got the perfect durability, and it's got the perfect finish. It's got the same pebbly finish. But I'd say that the color is like an 8.5 or 9 out of 10. If this continues to bother you guys, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it alone. You know, I've tried all the paints that I have, and I'm not really sure what kind of bright white they're using, but it's brighter than all the whites that I have. And I think for the purpose of trying to sell a house, this will do. You know, if it really bothers you, let me know, and maybe we'll do something about it. So let's go over here to this back bedroom. This is the blue bedroom. In here, I did the trim as needed. So the baseboard, radiator, you know, around the doors. This closet, I added those 2 knobs on it. And the closet was actually just in primer. Nobody had ever painted it. Going around, I did the door there. I did not do all of the crown molding, just because it didn't need it. You know, there's a couple places where whoever painted this blue got it on there, so I touched that up. And, you know, as needed, I thought it looked pretty good. So anyway, I did the window here. I took all the shades off. Anywhere there were shades, I took them completely off and painted the wood behind it, and then put the shades back on, and the brackets. I mean, not just the shades themselves. Those come off pretty easy. One of the little tricks I did in this room here is kind of throughout there's an issue with this blue where the blue wasn't painted right up to the edge. So one of the old painting tricks that I was taught was to paint just a touch over the edge of things. It's going to look kind of messy, really super close up like this. And if you notice, in this room especially, I overlapped just a tiny bit. There we go, focus. You know, you take a step back and it just disappears. So I think that trick is effective here. You know, you do what you got to do. In this little yellow bathroom back here, I did the trim in here. Same treatment as the blue room. Not really anything too fancy in here, just a quick little trim. Closet doors up there, back of this door. The only outstanding thing down here was the edge of this fiberglass shower enclosure had a lot of yellow on it from whoever painted previously, so that actually came off pretty quick and easy with a plastic scraper, and so off it came. I think it looks a lot better now. For the purpose of trying to send this video, I'm going to break this into 2 sections, so we'll talk about the upstairs in a moment.